Here.
Board Member Simone?
Here.
Vice Chair Rosano?
Here.
Chair Caggiano?
Present. Please stand for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. Board Member Simone, would you like to start?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. David?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. David Tulsis, Board Attorney. Item 1A is minutes of approval from the April 9th, 2025 regular Margate CRA meeting.
What's the wish of the board?
So move to approve. Second.
Please call the roll.
Board Member Simone?
Yes.
Board Member Serio? Okay.
All right.
Board Member Simone?
Yes.
Vice Chair Rosano?
Yes.
Chair Caggiano?
Yes.
Board Member Schwartz. Ed Schwartz.
I do apologize.
That's
Board
okay.
Member Schwartz?
Yes.
All right, next is public discussion. Anyone who has anything to say that's not on the agenda, you have 3 minutes. Please say it.
Good evening, Tracy Van Winkle. First of all, I want to know where all the people are that were going to come at 6 o'clock. Isn't that why we changed the time? So more people would show up? Where are they? It's 6 o'clock, nobody's here. That's all I wanted to say. I want to know where they are.
Anyone else? Anyone on Zoom? One person on Zoom, please have them.
Hello, this is Mr. Kraljic, Margate resident. I'm sorry I could not make it tonight as I have responsibilities at home that I must attend to until at least 6:30 p.m. Since this is the first meeting with a 6 p.m. start time, and I'm not there to see for myself, I'm curious. Is there more people in attendance now than when meetings were held at 7? Does it look like the time change helped to get more members of the public to attend? Or are there less? That might be the intent of the time change all along. Had I been able to attend, I would have spoken on agenda items C, the purchase of property located at 1100 North State Road 7. I might need help, but I'm failing to see where this property is the missing piece to the puzzle of what will be our future downtown. It was never included in any of the proposals by developers, nor does it border or connect the CRA property to the south on the east side of 441. It's literally landlocked by an apartment complex that lies between this considered property and CRA owned property to the south. Are there any plans on how to use this property if acquired? Will the sidewalk along 441 be the only way to get from this property to the new downtown? And has the developer expressed to the CRA the need to acquire this particular piece of property? If there are no plans or vision for how the property will be used, the purchase of this property is then merely based on speculation. I don't believe the CRA should be in the business of real estate speculation when the money can better be used to invest into downtown amenities for the city's residents. And it's a lot of money, $3.8 million, while the county property appraiser has a just market value at under $1.42 million. The proposed purchase of $3.8 million is more than 2.5 times the market value. And as of today, up until before the start of the meeting, an appraisal has not been made available to the public, nor do we know what the property was appraised at, or who appraised it, or if purchased, whether the CRA will be paying way above market value, which does not make fiscal sense. Can I have a name of who initiated this process to purchase this particular property? Names, please. Was it Colliers, Brookfield, the executive director, a board member? I urge you to postpone this vote until there are answers given that the people deserve. Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, that's the end of public discussion. Resolutions.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item 3A is a resolution of the Margate Community Redevelopment Agency approving an agreement with FG Construction LLC in response to Margate CRA RFP 2024-02 for general construction services for the Margate Boulevard crosswalk and landscape improvements, providing for an effective date. This resolution is before you for your consideration this evening.
What's the wish of the board?
And for just a question. At one time, we were going to leave the colored pink, for lack of a better way. Are we still doing that or are we changing?
So the paver sidewalks on the
Yes.
sides of the roads are staying as they are. We've got some ADA issues that we need to address. The crosswalks that go across Margate Boulevard, those are being pulled out and will be replaced with stamped concrete. We have not chosen a color on that yet, though.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Donna fellows, I just have a question. Why are we gonna redo all these sidewalks and everything when they're gonna be torn up with the downtown? So we're gonna spend money to do it now and then turn around and spend money to do it again on the downtown? This is crazy.
Please call the roll.
Board Member Schwartz,
I'm going to say I don't think we're tearing that up. Yes. There's a staying.
Board Member Serio,
Yes.
Board Member Simone, Vice Chair Rosano,
Yes.
Chair Caggiano.
Yes. Next item.
Item 3B is a resolution of the Margate Community Redevelopment Agency approving change order number 1 to the construction agreement with MBR Construction Inc. for the Southgate Boulevard Median Improvements Project in the amount of $68,837.63 and increasing the project completion contract time by 60 days, authorizing the executive director to execute the change order, providing for an effective date. This resolution is before you for your consideration this evening.
Wish of the board.
So moved.
Second.
Public. Call the roll.
Board Member Schwartz,
Yes.
Board Member Serio,
Yes.
Board Member Simone, Vice Chair Rosano,
Yes.
Chair Caggiano.
Yes. C.
Item 3C is a resolution of the Margate Community Redevelopment Agency approving and accepting the contract for purchase and sale between the Margate Community Redevelopment Agency and BLL Corporation for the acquisition of the property located at 1100 North State Road 7, Margate, Florida, also described as folio number 484231010100, in an amount not to exceed $3.8 million by the MCRA from BLL Corporation, authorizing the MCRA chair and executive director to execute the contract to purchase and sale and all other appropriate necessary documents to complete the purchase, including the closing statement, authorizing expenditures for services such as inspections, surveys, tax and lien search, and other services associated with the acquisition of the property, and authorizing the executive director to investigate the property condition pursuant to said contract. Providing for an effective date, this resolution is before you for your consideration this evening.
What's the wish of the board?
So moved.
Second.
I have a question. This will then be included in part of the city center, correct? Since it abuts property right now.
It will become a part of the planning for it. We don't know what it might be used for, but yes, that'll be included in the entire portfolio that we have.
Public. No, it's not consent.
Good evening, Elsa Sanchez, Margate resident. I don't know what the purpose of buying this property for this amount of money is. I don't know. I don't understand what you have to do. I don't know if you're trying to get rid of CRA money. But this property is, the just value at the BCPA is $1,419,860. You're purchasing it for $3,800,000. It's above price of $2,380, $280,000 and 140. So what is the purpose of buying this property at this amount? It is cut off by the different apartments over there is just it's just a slip of property. I really am concerned that this is a lot of money being paid for a property, and I don't know the reason why you want to spend all this money on this property. I would like an explanation, if you can give me, what is this going to be? I agree with Mr. Kraljic, who called before. I just think this is ridiculous. If we could get some answers on this, I would really appreciate it.
I would love it
Tell-
if the executive, I'm sorry.
Antonio, did you push your button
Yeah, I just had some comments in general.
Okay.
Not
on this topic?
I'll wait.
Yeah,
All right, then you pushed your button first, unless Kayla, you want to go first.
Defer to the board.
Okay, then Antonio, go ahead, you go, then
yeah, no,
Kayla.
I think this is a great move. I think this is what a CRA does. Gets rid of
Right.
someone's life, which this property is. And it's no disrespect to the owner of the property. The owner of the property is actually good friend of mine. Like him a lot. And he's done a good job, the best he could in the community, but let's face it, that's not the best business nowadays, especially in that location. Is it gonna be, the Taj Mahal piece of property that's gonna connect the downtown? Could it be, Casa Park area, a gathering spot?
An additional,
Right, it's gonna complement the greater area. But I think one way or another, you've got to get rid of the slum and blight that's there. As far as the appraisals, Kale, I believe we did have an appraisal.
Yeah, so on this property, we're getting 2 appraisals done. We did get one back. That appraised value in that report is 3.5 million.
Right, so I know there were some comments about the appraised value, but you can't really go by the county. And those are typically done on a comparative analysis. But typically, commercial properties, it's, I don't know.
Mhm.
So they look at. Why you see such a gap. And even on your own personal home. You look at what it says your property's worth on DCPA and then go with that. Even. A bigger- Well, I'm happy with the appraisal. Just my,
You done?
yeah, I'm done.
Kayla, and then I'll go to Arlene.
actually, I was gonna ask.
That,
You want to have a
Oh,
question
no,
for
he
Kayla?
wants to say something.
I don't have any more to add to it. I think Board Member Arcerio covered, answering the questions.
And I was going to ask about the appraisal as well, but in truth, if you're trying to have a downtown, I would hope that we would want people to stop as they continue to go down. And we're literally talking a couple of 100 feet from where our downtown is going to be. And in all fairness, without insulting anyone, it's about time a 65-year-old motel left the area. And considering on the other side of Coconut Creek Parkway, there's going to be development, and there might be someone sitting here who owns the other side of Coconut Creek Parkway. The message would be, we want it all to look nice. It's not just little parcels at a time, or someone will say, look at all the money they spent there, and look at what the rest looks like. That's your entire way through the city, north and south, 441. So at this point, while the money's available, they didn't buy 8th Street, which is what's across from Walmart. And all that stuff there could have been gone, abutting the city center. That was a mistake years ago. I think the CRA learned. Let us not make a mistake this time and purchase what's time to go. That's just my opinion, so that you understand why I will vote.
And if I could just, Sheriff, if I could just add on, because you had mentioned the plaza owner, he's here for a
Yeah.
different item.
I know.
He's here to do improvements on another shopping center he owns. But I think, like you said,
We're sending a
this shows,
message.
well, not, I don't want to come, but
I'm
I think
saying,
we're
like-
showing good intentions that we're
Right.
trying to improve the area. The motel probably affects his property more than the downtown as far as
It abuts
access.
that too.
So I think not only is it a benefit to the city, I think we're benefiting that plaza owner
Right.
who I assume down the road, especially if his grant, the next item is successful, he's probably going to want to do.
One could hope.
And I don't blame him for not wanting to do it if there's a motel sitting right there.
It's
I
just
think
that
it's a good thing.
motels have come and gone. This one needs to go.
Um,
That one too.
yeah, and I also spoke with the owner's council, Mr. Rydell. He did a great job answering all my questions.
Board Member Simone.
If this passes, excuse me, if this passes tonight and gets approved to buy the property, I would like to make a recommendation that we knock down the motel.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was actually, Commissioners, yes, and if you want to, if one of us can make, I was going to bring that up as well. I think that building should come down right
Amend
away.
it.
We don't want to attract or invite unwanted people there.
Correct.
Okay, sounds like that is the consensus. So as we complete the due diligence on this and approach closing, I'll get some pricing together for demolition.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tracy Van Winkle, why are you buying it so soon though? Before the downtown? The downtown hasn't even, you guys haven't even got nowhere yet with that. That's my question. And also, if you're getting rid of that hotel, what about the other one on the other side of 441? Are you buying that one too?
We will certainly try.
Okay, and it just seems very deceiving because Margate is always, you guys are always telling the residents, we have no money, and you're spending $3.8 million here, this money here, this money here. You guys are, it seems like the city of Margate wants to own every property in Margate. I don't get it. Do you guys want to own everything so you can rent everything out and make all the money for Margate? Because that's how the residents are starting to feel, that you guys are overcrowding them with all city property. So we're not going to be able to do anything because it's going to be your property, Margate's property. You can't do this on this property. You can't do that. We own it. We own it. We charge you. It's just step a foot on there. We're going to charge you. You got to rent this. You got to rent that. I mean, when is it going to stop? I understand you guys want the downtown, but you got it. Start doing it. I'm going to be in a walker dead before I even see the downtown. This is crazy, guys. Come on.
Please call the roll. Oh, I'm sorry, Arlene,
I did.
Dad, I'm sorry, Arlene.
Thank you.
I just see that,
That's
I had a
okay.
cord across the one, I'm sorry.
I want to take care of something that I hear
Board
more
member.
often than not. The executive director, who also happens to be the city manager, when have we ever said to the public, we have no money?
I don't know if we've said that. What we do is handle our money in a fiscally responsible manner, and this purchase is what I deem to be that as an investment in redevelopment of the core of our city.
Because some people seem to think we're bankrupt. You have $168 million budget, of which, what, 80-something is operating?
Mhm.
So I just want to make sure that's on the record, that I don't live in a town that's full, that is poverty stricken. Because my
ma'am.
taxes certainly don't show that, or my insurance.
We have the same financial challenges as every other city around us, as costs are going up, and we need to make strategic decisions in how we spend our money. You're welcome.
Okay, please call the roll.
Board Member Schwartz.
Yes.
Board Member Serio.
Here,
Board Member
Not
Simone.
here.
We know you're here.
it's been a long week. Yes.
Board Member Simone.
Yes.
Vice Chair Rosano.
Yes.
Chair Casciano.
Yes. D.
Item 3D is a resolution of the Margate Community Redevelopment Agency approving and accepting the contract for purchase and sale between the Margate Community Redevelopment Agency and 5915 Park Drive LLC for the acquisition of the property located at 5915 Park Drive, Margate, Florida, also described as folio number 484125031083, in an amount not to exceed $1,425,000 by the Margate CRA from 5915 Park Drive LLC, authorizing the Margate CRA Chair and Executive Director to execute the contract for purchase and sale and all other appropriate necessary documents to complete the purchase, including the closing statement, authorizing expenditures for services such as inspections, surveys, tax and lien search, and other services associated with the acquisition of the property, and authorizing the Executive Director to investigate the property condition pursuant to said contract, providing for an effective date. This resolution is before you for your consideration this evening.
That's a mouthful. What's the wish of the board?
So move to approve.
Second,
Public?
This is I'm sorry, which item number?
D.
Okay,
it's the church,
No, motion,
Motion elevator.
right.
yeah.
but the elevator.
Good evening, Elsa Sanchez again. I know this is going to be probably the same answers as before. When it is a commercial property, it is more the money that it is appraised at. But what I'm looking at is that you're spending all this money and then you're going to spend a lot of money also developing these pieces of property and, taking all of this. So why not do a better price, buy it at a better price, and then use some of that money to improve that area and do what you want to do? I think this is just really splurging money out. And I know it's a commercial property, but it is not making that much money for whoever is there now. Maybe they will be able to, maybe they will accept less money, and then you can use that money to improve that property once you buy it. But okay, I know this is just another question. Thank you.
Was a lease back worked into this, or is that something that they're gonna do separately?
So we would be assuming the lease that is on it right now.
There is a lease on it. right?
Correct. Yes.
How long is the lease for?
20, yeah, I don't know if it was
Either,
that or
either
not.
2027.
So we would be making money then.
Right,
We would be getting rent. out,
The
yes.
key is though, is we'd be buying the property
we own the
and,
property.
and be able to put that piece right next door to the plaza, and we can expand the
Oh,
plaza. out.
I
This
mean,
is a no-brainer.
I'm sure it's been on our radar. I know I called Kale several months ago and said, can we have someone go knock on the door? So
Exactly.
it's nice to see this come up. I just was asking, so it has an existing lease, which we're obligated to honor, and it's up in 2026 or
Wait,
2027.
I'll-
said,
I'll have to get you that information, but it's,
It's
in a year or
around that.
two.
It's not.
yes.
It's not a
9-year
long-term,
lease
no,
like the
no,
condo.
Yeah. And later on down the road, after we
Yeah,
start
no.
doing it downtown, they'll want
Yeah.
way more money for it.
Yep.
So this is actually a
No,
very
the
smart move.
Value's only gonna go up.
Correct.
Property.
All right, so please call the roll.
Board Member Schwartz,
yes.
Board Member Serio,
Yes.
Board Member Simone,
Yes.
Vice Chair Rosano,
Yes.
Chair Casciano.
Yes. E.
Item 3E is a resolution of the Margate Community Redevelopment Agency approving a grant agreement with Atlantic Center LLC for funding in an amount not to exceed $600,000 for the property located at 6828, 6896 West Atlantic Boulevard, Margate, Florida, providing for an effective date. This resolution is before you for your consideration this evening.
What is the wish of the board?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. Public?
Donna Fellows, Margate resident. I just have one question. If he's getting this grant for the 600,000 to fix this one up on Atlantic, is he going to get a grant to fix up the other one too? I mean, I know that when the residents apply for the grants, we can only do it every 5 years.
I believe that's on the same property, correct?
Yeah.
This would be a different property.
And different entity.
Okay. All right. Anybody else from the public? Please call the roll.
Board Member Schwartz,
Make it quick. Yes.
Board Member Serio,
I hope it's so successful that he does do his other property.
Ditto.
Yes.
Board Member Simone,
Yes.
Vice Chair Rosano,
Yes.
Chair Caggiano.
Yes, and I just want to say thank you
Yes.
for being
congrats.
willing to put up a whole bunch of money. And we're more than, because we have plazas that I wish every plaza in our city took advantage of our grant program. For years, we've had grant programs and nobody's taken them. And I'm thrilled that you're taking it. I wish you tremendous success, and I hope it's so successful that you apply for another grant on another Margate property, because Margate people deserve to have beautiful shopping opportunities. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
F.
Item 3F is a resolution of the Margate Community Redevelopment Agency approving the interlocal agreement between Broward County, the city of Margate, and the Margate Community Redevelopment Agency regarding the extension of the sunset date for the Margate Community Redevelopment Agency, providing for an effective date. This resolution is before you for your consideration this evening.
Please all jump at the same time. Don't jump at the same time when I say, wish it aboard.
Motion to approve.
Second for discussion.
Okay, go ahead, start it off.
I'm still a great believer that they should have given us the extra year that we were entitled to. But having spoken to the executive director, I asked originally myself, what made this any better than stealing from one pocket to put in the other? However, I have learned that we will be able to keep the money we otherwise would have had to return to the entities that gave it to us, which makes this then a win for the city, even though once that's spent and the rest of it is simply robbing from Peter to pay Paul.
It's a short-term, actually, it's a long-term win. It's a huge long-term win. It has it has not costs, but what, a little bit less than what we would gotten in the past, but the opportunities
No,
for
it's
the
a lot
future.
less than what we would have
And again, the CRA has a distinct reason. It's to go and do what the city doesn't always do. This board's job is to look at, to make the city better by using money in a different way, TIF money. Now we're not gonna have the TIF money, but we're gonna still have monies to be able to get rid of slum and blight. And that is our direct goal.
And not be rushed to.
And
wait
not be
to-
rushed.
To spend money by a timeline.
That's correct.
Um,
Anything else you want to add before I say public?
I'm done.
Antonio, you look like you want to say something.
yeah, the other thing too, and first, but there's still be opportunities here.
Mhm.
It's just in a different. I'm not saying I want a lot of affordable housing. There are mechanisms, developers. Road want to. Or funding from the town, but. won't.
Correct. Correct.
I would
Look at it
It's
that
a
way.
great observation,
I
Antonio.
would-
It's true.
That eventually 31 cities are going to look to the county and say no, when they want certain things from all 31
Right.
cities, and they're going to have
Take-
to
take
play,
what-
let's
take what
make
we
a
can
deal.
get, and the county,
It's correct.
the other thing too is the state is hammering away at CRAs.
Yes,
But what I've noticed from state law and lawsuits and things like that is typically the people that have it now are grandfathered in,
Correct.
whereas we may not be able to extend the CRA. I
Public?
think of it that way.
Call the roll.
Board Member Schwartz,
yes.
Board Member Serio,
Yes.
Board Member Simone,
Yes.
Vice Chair Rosano,
Yes.
Chair Caggiano.
Yes. Executive Director's report.
Thank you, Chair. Good evening, everybody. Just a quick update on progress meetings with Brookfield as it relates to city center development. We meet bi-weekly to go over status. As of right now, we are, or Brookfield is working on putting together their whole team, which includes architects, engineers, master planners, and, a public outreach team. The timeline that we were looking at today is we're hopeful to have a very high level master planning type of document to look at for the board in towards the end of June. And then in August, we should have some refined visioning that is done, that we will use to engage the public on and get feedback. Things are moving along. And once we get those pieces in place, and get some consensus in mind, it will certainly speed up from there. And that's all I have to report tonight.
All right, the rent roll. Oh, there he is. Jim,
According
does
to,
anyone have any questions for Jim on the rent roll?
I had a question in general.
Jim?
Do you know if we ever got the NOIs for the two plazas?
Good evening, Jim Nardi, Advanced Asset Management. I have a letter going to the executive director with all the
Okay,
breakdown
just
in there for you.
curious.
Yep.
Thank you.
You got it. Thank you. And for rent, all rent is current as of tonight's meeting.
Okay, that's the answer.
How's the barber shop?
We did. A few folks that I'm working with the executive director on, so yes. Okay,
And way back when it's caught up, so that yellow is gone.
all rent, correct.
Thank you, Jim.
And I know I don't want to open up a can of worms. It's kind of been opened up and but we're very clear with people, prospective tenants coming into the plaza about potential changes coming.
100%.
You know, and I know I didn't mean to cut you off. And I know it's worked into our leases as far as the out clause and stuff, but I think at some point as we get closer to project commencing, that they sign some type of statement acknowledging that they know that there's a bidder on the, whatever it is.
Correct.
Just so that we're as transparent as possible.
Already in the works. I already have something, again, it's always been explained, but definitely moving forward with all leases, I want to have something that I can provide to the executive director to look through, that have them sign prior to signing or with signing a lease. Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Thank you, Jim. Board member comments? Board member Schwartz, please start.
All I would say is remind everybody on the 26th, we have our Memorial Day ceremony at Veterans Park at 9 in the morning, please. To those of you who are recuperating, welcome back. That's it.
Board member Osorio?
No, just excited as we move forward with the downtown, as we heard the executive director mention that we will also be public input phase. I believe all of us, or most of us, are in the process of meeting with Brookfield developer to discuss kind of the high level, vision that you have or we have. So I shared my thoughts with them. I did talk about the businesses in the CRA specifically. More so the Ace Plaza, but just in general. And folks, we picked Brookfield for a reason. This company's, and they're one of the best for a reason. This is not their first rodeo. They've done this before, and I've talked to them about small business incubators and having, whether rents are supplemented or some type of thing for existing businesses. They've come into other areas and done. And they absolutely have different models, and they're gonna, come back and see what worked. But I just wanted the business owners to know that it was a topic of discussion that I had with them, and it's something that they deal with. I don't want to say all the time, but fairly often. So if there is a way that we can keep some of you, I'd love to. But in any event, that's why I asked Mr. Nardi, as new tenants come into the picture, as transparent as we can. But other than that, I'm looking forward to getting our downtown once and for all.
Nothing at this time. Thank you.
Board member Rosanna, Vice Chair Rosanna.
Summer's coming, stay hydrated.
Staying
I haven't,
hydrated?
no, I have a response to the lease question
Yeah.
regarding the 5915 property. It's March 2026. We're currently, that's
Even
the
better.
current
Even
term.
better.
Stay hydrated.
Yes. And I'm gonna say what I say every meeting. Hurricane season, start preparing now. Storms are getting worse and worse, and we need to prepare earlier and earlier. Make sure we have what we need. Because again, if you wait till the time that you see the storm coming, the stores will be emptied out and you won't be prepared. So be prepared now. Also, Board Member Osorio mentioned something, Brookfield being one of the biggest developers in the world. And I want to thank you and Larry for getting us to work with Colliers. Because Brookfield, as well as the others, took us seriously. Because we hired a company to represent us that they took seriously. And that tells you what we think about the residents of Margate, is that we take what we do seriously. We hire the right people, spend our money wisely to get what we need. And this is what we're doing. So that was a great comment. And I want to thank them for for giving us the input of who to hire so that we were taken seriously. And again, hurricane season, hurricane season, hurricane season. Prepare now. I'm done. Do you have anything you'd like to add? Then I'm just going to add one last thing. If you're a Boston fan, go Boston. If you're a Knicks fan, go Knicks. If you're a Panther fan, go Panthers. If you're a Toronto fan, there's the door. Meeting's over. Have a great night.